face of everything inside. Shadows stretch along the wall like a clock that's losing time. Every hurried breath I held fades into a gentler line. Streetlights flicker far below in a rhythm I can trust. Even restless thoughts grow still, and when I loosen what I must, I don't need to reach the dawn before this fragile night is through. There's a comfort in the pause that I never fully knew. All the noise begins to thin, like a tide that's turning slow. Something quiet in my chest starts to tell me where to go. In this hush I finally hear what my racing heart would fear. I choose to slow my inner sky, let the silent moments rise. There is freedom in this space where no restless echo cries. Every second breathing wide, every pulse becoming light. I can learn to live within the softer edges of this night. What I chase begins to fade, like a distant passing train. All the urgency I wore falls away like summer rain. Even unfinished parts of me find a place to safely land. In the quiet I can feel life is moving by my hand. I don't need to run ahead, I don't need to shape the end. There is kindness in the dark, like a quiet waiting friend. Every step can still belong, even when the world is fast. There is beauty in the now, when I'm free from what is past. Like a promise I can keep. I leave a door half open for the morning light. The city hums in fading lines, like a story winding down. Every thought that held me still softly sets its armor down. Through the quiet silver sky I can feel a subtle shift. Something waiting in the dark, like a promise wrapped in mist. Not a sudden shining sign, not a voice that calls my name. Just a gentle inner pull saying life can change its frame. All the roads I couldn't take rest like shadows at my side, but they no longer press my heart, they just move with calmer tide. In the hush between 2 days, a quieter courage finds its place. Tomorrow may turn a different way, like the night gives birth today. Every enters dark, drawing light into my heart. I don't need to see it clear, I don't need to know it all. There's hope within the space where the silent answers fall. Even half-awakened dreams carry colors I can trust. Through the stillness I can feel time is kinder than it was. What I feared to leave behind now becomes a distant shore. I can stand within this calm, knowing I am meant for more. Tomorrow holds a hidden glow in the places I don't know. Every step can shape a line where a different path may shine. Nothing fragile has to break, nothing urgent needs to prove. There's promise in the dark, teaching restless hearts to move. So I rest inside this night with a quiet, steady flame. All the chances yet unseen feel like whispers calling my name. In this tender waiting breath, I can let the past grow small. For tomorrow may begin with a softer rise than all. The sky prepares to change, I follow with a smile. Your words return tonight like a familiar tune. Street lamps paint the window gold, shadows move in quiet lines. Fragments of a distant voice slip between the passing times. What once lingered sharp and clear now feels rounded at the edge, like a melody I knew but forgot I used to pledge. In the corner of my mind, old conversations softly play, not as echoes I must chase, just as colors fading gray. I can hear the gentle rise of a life we left behind. Somewhere in the quiet dark, memory grows warm and kind. Every note begins to bend toward a feeling I can mend. I'm smiling at the things we said, floating lightly through my head. Not a promise left to keep, just a rhythm slow and deep. Every line becomes a glow in the tender midnight blue. There is sweetness in the past when the night is soft with you. Every scene into shapes that feel like light. Even words that once could sting lose their edges in this night. What was restless in my chest finds a quieter refrain, like a story told again without needing to explain. sound, at the thoughts that drift around. Nothing fragile left to hide, nothing heavy left inside, just a velvet line of peace running softly through the air. In this slow remembering, I can breathe without repair. So I let the past stay close, like a song I almost knew. Every faded little word turns into a softer hue. There is comfort in this smile, there is grace in letting be. All the nights we left behind still move quietly in me. The city hums below, my heart hums even slow. I set the questions down, the night holds them for me. Windows breathe a quiet air, streetlights blur like distant stars. I thought I had to understand every corner of my heart, but silence writes a softer line across the noise I used to chase. Something loosens in my chest as the dark becomes a place. Unanswered thoughts still move inside, like shadows drifting out of sight. They no longer ask for war, they just fade into the night. The clock forgets its urgency, the walls feel wider than before. Even half-closed dreams can be enough to rest upon the floor. Maybe I don't need to know where every broken moment goes. I don't have to fix it all, not tonight, not anymore. Let the quiet take the weight, let the tide return to shore. Every breath becomes a door, gently opening within. There is peace in letting go of the fight I couldn't win. Midnight wraps a silver thread around the thoughts I couldn't tame. They grow lighter in this room when I stop calling their name. I learned the language of the dark, not as fear but soft release. Even unfinished parts of me can be held by hidden peace. I don't need a final end, just a place to slowly land. Every doubt can drift away like fine dust from open hands. Nothing broken in this pause, nothing lost, I must retreat. There is comfort in the space where I finally just breathe. I will leave the knots untied, let the night undo the strain. There is mercy in the dark, there is shelter in the rain. All the answers can grow still, all the pressure can dissolve. For this moment I am free, even if I don't resolve. The room grows quiet again, my heart follows the sound. gather pieces of this day, fold them gently where I stay. Nothing shining, nothing grand, just a quiet, tender trace of the way I kept my breath through the rush I couldn't face. Little doubts still linger near, like soft echoes in the room, but they lose their heavy shape under silver lines of moon. I don't need a perfect sign, I don't need the clearest view, just a steady inner voice saying I will make it through. In the stillness I can hear a kinder future drawing near. Tomorrow, take this fragile spark, keep it safe inside your hands. When the daylight feels too sharp, let it glow where you can stand. You don't have to run too far, you don't have to prove your way. Every small and silent step is already brave enough for day. Ink of night upon my skin writes a promise I can keep. Even half awakened dreams carry strength beneath their sleep. If I lose the path again, if the sky turns hard to read, I will follow quiet light growing softly from the sea. Tomorrow, hear this whispered line, you are stronger than you know. Even shadows step aside when you move with patient flow. Let the pressure fade like mist, let the race in hours slow. There is courage in your calm, there is more than you can show. Tomorrow, hold this resting heart, guide it through the waking blue. All the things I couldn't solve may grow lighter there with you. I will leave these hopeful words like a lantern in the night, so when morning finds your eyes, you can rise with quieter light. The silence keeps my note until the sun arrives. The day feels blurred, but I'm learning to let it be. Words fell short and plans grew thin. The hours moved in quiet spin. I searched for signs I couldn't see. Still something calm remained in me. No clear reason, no perfect frame, just passing thoughts without a name. The sky grew dim, the lights grew low, and softer truths began to show. I don't need answers right away, I let the silence hold the day. It's okay to not know why, some gentle days just drift on by. Nothing broke. within the night. And I begin to welcome every part of me. Fading scenes of things undone, like quiet shadows from the sun. I try to hide each tender seam, but truth returns in softer dreams. And shame, just drifting thoughts without a name. A calmer breath begins to stay as darker tones fade into gray. I feel the weight become less sharp when I allow this open heart. Again for clearer skies and steadier rain. But in this pause, soft and deep, I let acceptance carry sleep. Even my flaws, soft and slow, little starlight starts to glow. Quiet breathing rises and stays like silver dusk before the day. Even my flaws through the night, turning gently toward the light, till calmer breaths begin to move in hidden dreams. I softly prove the room grows softer, the breath grows light, all that I am rests here tonight. The day is gone and my breath begins to soften. Steps were long, the hours wide, a restless weight I kept inside. Voices passed in hurried tone, yet now this quiet feels my own. Lights grow dim along the street, a slower rhythm in my heartbeat. No sudden rush, no need to run move in hidden dreams I softly prove. The room grows softer, the breath grows light, a deeper calm holds me tonight. The lights grow low and I begin to loosen the day. Heavy hours fade in tone like distant waves I've always known. The quiet room receives my breath, a softer step beyond the stress. No sudden words, no urgent pace, just tender calm in open space. Each passing minute feels more kind, like drifting clouds across my mind. I let the dark hold what was hard and place my worries gently far. I set it down this tired day, let silent grace show me the way. Nothing calling, nothing new, just quiet comfort pulling through. Maybe the dawn will rise again with louder skies and rushing rain. But in this pause, soft and deep, I let this easing carry sleep. I set it down, soft and slow. Little starlight starts to glow. Quiet breathing rises and stays like silver dusk before the day. I set it down through the night, turning gently toward the light till calmer breaths begin to move in hidden dreams I softly prove. The room grows softer, the breath grows light, a gentler heart rests here tonight. The night feels deep, but something in me keeps looking. Shadows fall in quiet streams like distant echoes of broken dreams. Yet in the dark, a softer glow begins to rise where I don't know. No sudden spark, no blinding sign, just fragile stars across the mind. A trembling warmth that slowly grows like hidden paths the heart still knows. I follow light I barely see, but feel it drawing till calmer breaths begin to move. In hidden dreams I softly prove the room grows softer, the breath grows light. A fragile hope holds me tonight. Thoughts begin to slow, like lights dimmed low. Pages filled with restless ink scatter softly on the floor. Every question lost its edge when I stopped asking for more. Neon memories blur away through the glass of midnight air. I can feel the weight dissolve in the silence resting there. What was tangled in my chest finds a rhythm I can trust. Every worry folds itself into something small and just. Oh, no grand answer in the dark, no sudden shining guiding sign. Only one unspoken truth forming gently in my mind. All the noise begins to fade as a quieter path is made. In a single steady line, all my scattered thoughts align. Not a storm I have to fight, just a soft returning light. Every breath becomes more clear, every shadow stepping back. There is freedom in this pause, in the space I thought I lacked. I don't need to chase the dawn, it will find me where I lie. Even unfinished pieces glow underneath a calmer sky. What I feared was far too vast now feels closer, almost kind. Like a whisper drawing shapes on the corners of my mind. Just one sentence in the dark turns confusion into spark. Not a victory to claim, only peace without a name. Every step begins to slow, every heartbeat finds its place. There is quiet in the truth I was always meant to face. Now the night can hold the rest, all the words I couldn't say. In this simple, fragile line, I can finally drift away. Nothing left to rearrange, nothing urgent left to prove. There is calm in letting still guide the way I choose to move. Footsteps fade along the street like a rhythm losing speed. Every plan I try to hold falls away from what I need. City lights grow tender here through the quiet of this room. Even restless dreams begin to surrender to the gloom. Time no longer pulls my sleep with its urgent sharpened tone. In the slower turning night I can finally be my own. Half unfinished days remain, gently resting where they lie. They don't ask for perfect shape underneath this patient sky. Something in my chest unwinds as I leave the race behind. It's okay to drift this way, let the seconds softly stay. I don't need to reach the end of every road before the day. There is grace in moving slow, there is peace I didn't see in the quiet in between where the night is holding me. Guide through the dark I used to fear. Even pauses carry light when I learned to linger here. What I thought was falling back turns into a deeper flow, like a hidden stream of calm, teaching tired hearts to slow. I will walk without a map, let the stillness shape my way. Every small and silent step feels like shelter from the day. Nothing fragile has to break, nothing urgent needs to start. There is beauty in this pace, growing quietly in my heart. Now the night becomes a friend, whispering I'm doing fine. Even if I move with care, even if I take my time. All the pressure fades to mist, all the noise dissolves in blue. In the slowly breathing dark I can finally just be true. The world grows calm outside, my thoughts follow the tide. I loosen my hold on what I can't redo. The room is dim with amber light, curtains moving slow and free. Every plan that slipped away finds a softer place in me. I don't search for clearer lines, I don't ask what could have been. There's a quiet in this pause, like the night is letting in. Footsteps fading down the hall, echo like a distant tide. All the words I couldn't say lose their weight when set aside. Even half-drawn dreams can rest on the edge of closing eyes. Nothing fragile fragile needs repair under these forgiving skies, breathing out the restless need to rewrite each memory. I will let this day be still, let it drift beyond my will. No more tracing every flaw, no more fighting what I saw. There is mercy in the dark, there is grace in slowing down. I can leave the tangled thoughts where the mid-month around. Time turns softer in the sow, like a page I gently close. Even shadows lose their edge when the quiet overflows. What I carried in my chest starts to fall like summer rain, washing dust from hidden hopes without calling out the pain. I don't need to hold the blame, I don't need to shape the end. Every fragile broken line finds a place where it can bend. In the hush of silver air, something kind begins to grow, like a light I almost missed, teaching tired hearts to sow. So I leave the day behind like a coat upon the chair, not discarded out of fear, just no longer mine to wear. All the pressure fades to blue, all the noise dissolves from view. In this tender letting go, I can finally rest as true. The silence holds me close, nothing asks for more. The night feels kind, and I begin to let things go. Scattered words, unfinished plans, like fading lines upon my hands. I try to hold each passing scene, but quiet truth slips in between. No sudden blame, no heavy sigh, just softer clouds across the sky. A drifting calm begins to grow in gentle waves that ebb and flow. I close my eyes and breathe it through, a tender dark that feels like new. I fold the day and lay it down, let silent grace unwrite the frown. Nothing broken, nothing far, just quiet healing where you are. before I sleep, I send a quiet wish ahead. The day grew long in subtle ways, a tender weight in silent haze. I carry thoughts I couldn't name, like distant lights without a flame. No sudden tears, no loud goodbye, just drifting clouds across the sky. A softer breath begins to stay as evening slowly fades the day. I close my eyes and let it be a small tomorrow calling me. Let morning come, a little light, with calmer steps and clearer sight. Nothing certain, nothing far, just quiet hope for who we are. Maybe the sun will shift the tone, turn hidden fears to stepping stones. But in this pause, soft and deep, I let that promise walk my sleep. Let morning come, soft and slow, little starlight starts to glow. Quiet breathing rises and stays like silver dust before the day. Till calmer breaths begin to move in hidden dreams I softly prove. The room grows softer, the breath grows light. A hopeful calm holds me tonight. I place the day down softly like a coat by the door. Footsteps echo in my mind. Through the hours I held my ground. Every moment felt so loud, yet I stayed within the sound. Streetlights blurring amber waves on the glass beside my bed. All the things I couldn't say rest like feathers in my head. There were doubts I couldn't hide, there were fears I couldn't name. Still I carried on somehow through the quiet, through the strain. Not a victory to show, not a story I must tell, just a fragile, steady truth that I walked this day so well. In the stillness I can feel what surviving slowly heals. I made it through the falling light, through the weight of every night. Even when my voice was small, like a ribbon in the dark. All the pressure fades away, leaving just a quiet spark. Half unfinished dreams remain, but they no longer feel so far. In the hush I recognize how resilient my days are. I don't need a shining end, I don't need the world to see. Every silent step I took was a gentle win for me. Through the fragile shifting hours I kept breathing, I stayed true. In this tender resting night, I can finally honor you. So I leave the day with grace, let it settle where it lies. All the battles I outgrew fade like stars from quiet skies. In this calm accepting glow I can feel my spirit stay holding softly to the truth that I lived and came this way. The silence feels like light upon my tired skin. The quiet reaches me before the worry speaks. Curtains breathing silver light through a window left ajar. City sounds grow soft and white like a memory from afar. Every thought that used to race loses shape beneath this glow. In the gentle turning dark I can feel the tempo slow. There were nights I feared the fall of emotions closing in, but tonight the silence moves like a calm beneath my skin. Not a storm I need to name, not a shadow I must chase, just a tender open sky giving tired hearts their space. Something in the air feels kind, like relief I couldn't find. Peace arrives before the fear, like a whisper drawing near. Every breath becomes a light, guiding softly through the night. I don't have to brace my soul, I don't have to guard the pain. In this quiet waiting hour I can simply feel again. Time begins to fold its wings on the edges of my mind. Even fragile drifting thoughts turn to something slow and kind. What I carried through the day finds a place to rest at last, like a tide that slips away, leaving only breathing fast. Now the stillness leads the way through the blue that used to sway. Every trembling inner sound softly settles to the ground. There is comfort in this hush, there is warmth I didn't see. In the space before the fear, where the night is holding me. I used on my heart. Mirrors fading, amber light on the walls that held my doubt. Every standard I once chased feels less urgent now. Worn out, half-drawn dreams beside the bed rest without a need to shine. In the quiet of this hour I release what wasn't mine. Myself by the things I couldn't do, counting every fragile flaw as if they define the truth. But the dark becomes a guide when I let the pressure fall. Even unfinished melodies can still carry through it all. Something softer moves inside, like a tide I need not hide. It's okay to still be small, still be coming through it all. Every step I slowly take is a promise I can make. I don't need a perfect line, I don't need a shining end. In this gentle breathing night, I can finally be my friend. Kinder as I rest on the edges of this change. What I feared was falling back turns into a deeper range. Even silent hidden seeds feel the patience of the sky, learning how to rise one day without asking reasons why. Has to break just to prove the path I take. In the hush of silver air, there's a truth I didn't see. Being gentle with my soul is the way to set it free. So I leave the doubts behind like a coat I used to wear. All the pressure fades to blue, all the weight dissolves in air. In this quiet vow I make, there is courage softly grown. Even if I'm not complete, I am finally my own. The night keeps what I learn close to my slow breath. Close my tired eyes, believe a light within. Moonlight rests along the floor like a promise softly drawn. Every breath begins to slow in the quiet before dawn. Thoughts that wandered far all day of silent signs. There's a warmth beneath the dark glow I almost missed. Not a voice that calls me loud, just a future lightly kissed. Half awake and dreams appear through the silver of this hour, growing somewhere deep inside, like a hidden patient flower. In the hush I start to see what tomorrow could release. I imagine morning light falling softly through the night, every shadow turning gold, every quiet growing bold. I don't need to know the way, I just feel the gentle rise of a brighter kind of breath, waiting just beyond my eyes. Time becomes a drifting wave, carrying me far from strain. All the noise I held so close melts like dew in silver rain. Even fragile hopes can rest on the edges of my sleep, learning how to shine one day from the promises they keep. Tomorrow moves in quiet hues, painting skies in softer blues. Every step I've yet to take feels like dawn about to wake. Nothing urgent needs to start, nothing heavy needs to stay. In this slowly breathing dark, I can feel the coming day. So I follow in a light through the calm of closing eyes. All the chances yet unseen glow like stars in hidden skies. In this tender waiting dream, there's a truth I hold so tight. Even in the deepest night, I am walking toward the light. The silence turns to glow inside my drifting heart. Nothing left to carry, the day has closed its eyes. Streetlights hum a quiet tune through the glass beside my bed. All the noise that filled my chest finds a softer place instead. I don't search for what went wrong, I don't trace the fading line. Just the fact the sun has gone feels like mercy I can find. Half-spoken thoughts grow still, like a tide that's losing shore. Every weight I held so tight doesn't ask for me anymore. In the gentle turning dark, there's a space I didn't know, where the simple truth of rest lets my weary breathing slow. In this hush I understand, nothing needs my second hand. It's enough the day is done, like the setting of the sun. Every shadow laying low, every heartbeat moving slow. I don't need a clearer sign, I don't need a perfect end. Just the quiet of this night feels like shelter I can lend. Oh. Of my skin, Even fragile doubts dissolve when the stillness settles in. What I couldn't hold together drifts like clouds beyond my sight. In the softness of this hour, I am simply held by night. Nothing more I need to prove, nothing urgent left to move. In the hush of silver air, I release the weight of care. Every breath becomes a shore where the restless waves grow mild. In the calm of letting be, I can rest like sleeping child. So I leave the day behind, like a coat beside the chair. All the pressure fades to blue, all the noise dissolves in air. In this quiet ending glow, there is peace I finally feel. Just because the night has come is enough for me to heal. The darkness feels like light on my closing eyes.